I couldn't help but when watching Monday Night Football last night, and this is a good transition in that game, watching Tua just being like, if Caleb just watched Tua's tape and you could mix that game with what Tua does in that offense, just he drops back foot, ball goes. It's sometimes it's in a tight window, sometimes it's into coverage, ball gets out, and he's confident in where it's going to.
And the times he held it, what happened? And the times he held it, what happened? He got blasted.
Yes. I can't help but just wonder, like, if Caleb, if you just drill that into his head, just let it, like you said, play loose, let it rip, if you could see a different quarterback.
It's a problem in the NFL right now. Quarterbacks holding the football. It's become a major problem when they do have any bit of time and they hold the ball. And I think it goes to where the game is in terms of what they're seeing on the back end. They're sped up on the front side because of the pass rush, and the athletes are so good over there in the offensive line play. Sorry, stinks. And you go to the other side, and the coverages and looks that they're getting on the back end make him think and tick longer, so they're holding the ball. And I'm not just talking about just the young quarterbacks. A lot of guys are holding the ball, and it's become a problem, and we're seeing that become an issue. They better fix it, because even like last night, did Matt Stafford solve the Dolphins at all until late in that game? Maybe a little bit. He looked befuddled by what they were doing, right? He looked stunned about what was going on. He was starting to get hit. The guys were getting beat. He was holding the ball. That's become a problem in this league.
I do think it's a big part of that's defense coordinators and what they're doing on that side of the football. Disguises, stunts and blitzes up front being just less of not relegated. It used to be third downs. That's when you saw the exotics. First downs, you've seen exotics nowadays in the NFL. You're seeing them.
Which is why you need, and these coaches are so scared to do it, you need to dictate to them. Go. You go. When they go, it's hard to get into all those exotics when you go. When you're going, and teams and coaches are
on the gas.
Coaches are afraid to do it because, oh, well, that's not what we do. You do that.
You see Patrick Mahomes go like this. Give me.
I'm going. Even if you go to a little sugar huddle or no huddle, just go. And that kind of eliminates some of the stuff. You can still do your stuff, but eliminate some of the stuff that they do.
It's like a boxing match. If you land a punch, I mean, I don't expect the guy who just landed the punch to step off and regather. Like, get in there, man. Throw a flurry. Get after these guys. That's how you score points. Keep the defenses on their heels. If they want to do all that cute shit, like you said, go. Dictate the term. Dictate the pace of the play.
And I think a lot of times these coaches coach scared, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. You coach scared. The defenses aren't coaching scared.
The play sheet at the beginning of the year. Like,
the defenses aren't coaching scared anymore, are they? Nobody on defense coaches scared anymore. So now it's time for the offense to quit coaching scared. You start going back at them. You take over the reins. Right now, defenses have the edge in schematically, aggression, athletically. It's all their side of the ball. So now the offenses need to take it back. And how do you take it back? You go fast. You have motions. You have pre-snap stuff. You do all that. You dictate tempo to them.
Threaten them.
The problem, though, and I think why Chip Kelly brought the no huddle to offense to the NFL kind of the first year and a half, whatever, it was hot. But 17 games doing that, you just can't do it with injuries. You just don't have the guys to play 100 snaps a game the way they were doing. And I think that's why. It doesn't have to be. I think that's why it came out of.
But Chip Kelly did it all the time. I'm talking about you do it sometimes to take over.
Like the Chiefs do. They get on the gas pedal.
And then when you need to run, then you start blasting people. You do that to dictate the tempo. And then when they start doing their exotics and they're down 10, 12 points, then you start blasting them.
I couldn't help but think that watching this Rams team, to kind of segue, they have an issue, and it's they don't have fast receivers.
Slow.
They are slow. They're good. Great at getting open at intermediate level, great blockers, but you have Demarcus Robinson running a 4.58. Cooper Kupp is a 4.61. Puka Nacua 4.57. Matt Stafford this year was 26th in completion percentage on deep balls. Now, I know those guys have been banged up. It's been a lot of backups, but even in this one, healthy guys, you just see these Dolphins corners just completely squatting on everything, knowing that, if Cooper Kupp's going vertical, it's probably a comeback. It's probably a dig or a out. He's not going to. They don't scare anybody.
They scare nobody
because you're going to catch up if you're a 4-3 corner. You just are. So I think they have a serious issue with how they built their receiving core, similar to what we were talking about with the Patriots a few years ago when they had all those slow guys and Mac Jones, a quarterback, where it's like, no one cares. No one cares about you going deep. We're just going to stop. Go deep by all means. Try it. And Stafford now the most turnover-worthy plays on deep balls in the entire NFL this season. Only, like I said, 26% completion percentage. They got an issue there, and then they got an issue on their O-line too. They paid so much for this O-line. Second most expensive O-line in the NFL this year. Nowhere close to the second best O-line. Even what we saw was close to fully healthy. Rob Havenstein, the only one not fully healthy there, the right tackle, but the interior is back, and it did not look good yesterday.
And that's not a great Miami defensive line either. I mean, Chop Robinson's starting to make plays.
Chop's probably second best rookie edge rusher.
I like Chop, but it start making, but again,
they don't have their guys.
When you can defend a team and keep it all here, it really makes your job a lot easier. You have to have speed somewhere, some threat down the field. You can't have the old phone booth offense. You have to be able to throw the ball.
I wonder if they'll start to get Tutu.
I would
give Demarcus Robinson snaps to Tutu just because you got to get some speed.
You got to have some speed.
Juice.
Yeah.
Get some juice. So now this does this really stymie the Rams' chance to make a run of things? And are the Dolphins dead? Are the Dolphins back?
I think so, just because 49ers and Cardinals, you're behind them both.
They're hot.
And that's too many teams to pass. The wild card, they're kind of way out of right now, with the Packers at 6-3 being the last wild card. I don't see that being in play. So you got to win the division, and you just have too many cooks in that kitchen, right? It's like the Seahawks aren't bad either. It's not like there's no one that you can really take a easy W against.
That's a really bad loss for the Rams.
Yeah.
Really bad. And look, it's a good win for Miami, but does it get Miami in the wild card mix? Or
delays their inevitable
probably. And
it's unfortunate, because if they were healthy all season, they're a playoff team. I think we're all could agree that Miami, with Tua playing those games that were so ugly without him, they win a handful of those.
Miami's defense is improved. It's improved.
Their secondary is great.
Tua throws a pick, he immediately tries to headbutt the defender. What the hell?
But like up until Poyer hadn't played great until he played good last night. He hadn't played great for them though. But with Holland and Ramsey's been unreal the last month. By the way,
you forget that guy exists, because honestly, like, I haven't watched the Dolphins as much as I probably should have this year. But then you see him out there, and it's like, oh my god, I forget that he is like one of the most talented humans.
Started slowly, but the last month he's been phenomenal.
Yeah,